Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to race 2 of our qualifiers here in the 2020 CrossKeys tournament. Today we have Wallkicks and Ptrain battling it out, and joining me is Freda. How are you today?
Good evening, I'm doing pretty well. Looks like we have a 40-man qualifier for this one. Or 40-person qualifier, sorry. And a lot of big names.
The screen here, he had a different game up when I was cropping, so let's get this fixed for you guys.
Yep, should be starting in about 40 seconds. Both of these runners are very experienced in CrossKeys, so this should be a good example of how our field is doing. Hopefully we'll see some good divergent paths, or really truly seed just to make it more fun. But either way, I'm excited to be here on this side of it.
Yeah, for sure. It is definitely a fun part of CrossKeys to see what kind of routes and what exciting choices people make. We have a lot of new glitches, like, you know, the Ice Palace, Kana Samaria glitch and what have you, so it makes it pretty exciting.
Okay, so we're underway. Looks like they started in two different spots. Wallkicks started in Link's house and is heading, it looks like, to do the kind of traditional for a lot of CrossKeys runners Houlihan start via the portal here. While Ptrain went out sank and found out that it was actually at Hyrule Castle. Gets a tree pool of just arrows, and we'll check this entrance, and we'll probably just head to Link's house himself.
Yeah, that tree pool being just arrows and that entrance not being anywhere near Kakariko is kind of crappy.
Yeah, that is pretty much everyone's least favorite spot to have Sanctuary at, because it's just not close to anything useful. And even the Pyramid one isn't as bad because you can at least then get to Dark World once you find Mirror or Moon Pearl. You can do useful things with it. So I don't think there was anything of note at the Witch's Hut, but there is the uncle here with a hammer.
That is very nice indeed.
Yeah, early weapons, very useful in CrossKeys, because you never know what you're going to come up against. Oh, it was Meyer was the entrance there, okay. So quick Meyer access if we find a flute. And quick hammer as well is always nice to have. And some early rupees in Uncle as well. So that's... We'll probably see both of our runners head over to Kakariko pretty shortly here. But it being CrossKeys, there are definitely a few different ways you can go. Kakariko does have a large number of accessible entrances, but also has a lot of things that you might not be able to get right away, or a lot of connectors, or...
Yeah, those 100 rupees from Uncle isn't a bad deal either. In CrossKeys, you definitely want to have some money early on. That looked like Swamp there down at the lower right-hand side of Link's house.
Yeah, that's another big or interesting dungeon, so...
Ooh,
2 dungeons found already, and an early Blinds Hut as well. No bombs, though, so unless we find some here, we'll be not able to see the back yet.
So nothing on Hylia Island, but a piece of heart. We're not going to see our runners really care about that unless Ptrain checks it blindly. Ooh, there's some bombs.
The full bomb refill, that's very handy. And Ptrain not opting to check that area first will indeed go straight to Kakariko. We'll get some bombs out of these bushes, though.
Small key to Skullwoods.
Is that our second Skullwood small?
I believe so, maybe not.
Maybe not. So Wallkick's going to get the bad news about Sank. Maybe it was a map that I saw. I saw something for Skullwoods at some point.
There's a small turtle rock in our waterfall ferry.
Race game, just a piece of heart. It looks like Wallkicks is gonna check the back of Escape for us here. It's three items
getting
that
those
are...
bombs made it pretty nice.
Yeah. This is something that's kind of just a save and quit away. At any point you get bombs anyway, but not be having to do it the second time will definitely save a little bit of time for Wallkicks here. Meanwhile, time to find all the Kakariko locations. First up is the Smiths.
Nice Smith location.
Smith has been too nice lately with its location, it feels like.
Looks like just a key to Dark Palace in the back of our tavern.
Yeah, and I think the drop-down had a red boomerang and nothing else. A couple big 20s.
Yeah, I mean, a stun item early on is pretty nice.
Yeah, especially since it's CrossKeys and you have that hammer, so you can get the quick swap to kill as well. Talking about hammer being useful, that is the well at the Magic Bat drop down, and that's with that early hammer that makes that accessible right away.
I always worry when I find the 5-drop places where very early, because it usually doesn't give anything interesting.
Sometimes.
Big
Then
key
you
is
have...
nice though. To desert, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a required
And a
one.
sword.
And a sword, also useful. So, no problems with weapons early on, but not much actual progression. Book, or not book, the desert big key will be nice if they find desert at some point. Here's another dungeon, Skull Woods. So we found 3 dungeons, but can't do much in any of them.
Yeah, no light source is not going to get you very far in Skull Woods, but it is going to get you some more bombs.
Yeah, no key either, so just a quick death warp back out, though.
Nice connector there in that little hut.
There's another
what
connector.
A gross connector.
Is that the same
connects to
connector?
the bottom, yeah.
Well, at least Ptrain can get 2 spots out of the way right away. Congratulations, you went 10 feet. There's that pod key for Wallkicks. Finds the other end. It's like Ptrain will opt to grab the bombs here. Having not found that big 10 quite yet. In Blind's Hut. Having to get the bottle merchant meant he would need at least 300 to really have enough for early Zora anyway, so it's not a huge deal that he's using the rupees there.
Yeah, especially with CrossKeys, you end up with so much money by the end of the game. There's Ganon.
Okay, so Aga 1 is not required for Ganon at least. We'll have to wait and see what's at the Lumberjack Cave, though. We know it's not Uncle, and we know it's not Ganon. Or the well, for that matter, so it's likely to be Lumberjack Cave or the Bandit Hideout at the moment. I believe the 4 we have left to find are those 2, the Magic Bat, and then the Useless Fairy one. And those will be in Lumberjack, the Sanctuary, the Bandit Hideout Vanilla location, and the Pyramid. So it looks like nothing else of note in Kakariko, just a bunch of shops and etc.
Yeah, I mean, Ganon is the nice access thing, but really no connectors that are really convenient to getting us to Kakariko. So hopefully we do find that flute a little early for routing purposes.
Yeah, I got a couple maps at least. Oh, we did find the left side of desert, so we do have a connector and that desert big key. Oh wait, Wallkicks does not have the desert big key yet. That's right.
Not yet. I must have missed him get Sea Desert there. Our Lost Woods item, just a map, but in CrossKeys they do come in handy as they will tell you which dungeons are crystals and pendants.
Yep, a lot of times you want to kind of grab them and eventually start looking at the map to try to figure out what the pendants are. The bomb shop as well as Sahasrara also being very useful for figuring out which dungeons are crystals or not. This being a CrossKeys, it is set up to be like a 7/7 fast Ganon seed. So Aghanim 2 and 1 are both not required, at least to complete the seed, unless there is something locked behind them, of course, in the Pyramid or Lumberjack Cave here. And it looks like we have the Bandit hideout in Lumberjack Cave again. With a book. Oh no. So Aghanim 1 may or may not be required. Honestly, we have no idea. Same with Pedestal for that matter. Here's Agina. So it looks like we're down to Magic Bat. Oh, there's the Moon Pearl. Okay. We haven't found many connectors yet, but there is that desert connector which could lead to the Dark World. And with the Moon Pearl in hand, we'll see if Ptrain decides to go back there or not.
That is
I don't expect him to.
Early Moon Pearl. That is very early for CrossKeys.
Yeah. Looks like Ptrain is going to go get his back of escape checks done real quick.
Wallkicks about to pick up his Moon Pearl as well.
Yep. And we'll see what they both end up doing. Ptrain, they pretty much have done the same things at this point, with the exception of the North of Lake Hylia checks that Wallkicks has done. And Ptrain is heading there now, after a quick check of what the stun prize is, which is a heart.
Same as the Hoarder Crab.
Yeah. Yeah, heart stun prize is pretty useful early on. Looks like Wallkicks is continuing.
Cater, you are correct. We will not have any fun bunny shenanigans in this seed today.
Did Wallkicks skip Magic Bat? I think that was where the Desert Big was.
I don't believe so. I know he checked it. I do not remember if he actually went and got the key. I'm sure he did because he's in there now.
Yeah, it's looking like he probably did. At the very least, he's going to check this connector, which is a good call with Moon Pearl in hand. Oop, got stuck on the thing.
Getting bullied there.
Oh, he did not. So he skipped the Magic Bat area.
Must have forgot he had the hammer.
Yeah. So we'll have to, once Ptrain makes his way over there, we'll have to see if the big chest is anything important.
Yeah, that could be really unfortunate for Wallkicks if he doesn't get back there to get that big key.
Okay, so
that takes us over to the pod area.
That's a nice location to get out of the way, honestly, as your initial bout into the Dark World. Gonna kind of drag the monkey along for a bit.
We have a connector in the light world over by Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
Ptrain's
So
about to give us a look at.
we'll see where that takes him. Oh, just down to Mini Moldorm Cave.
These connectors are not very awesome today. Desert isn't terrible, but it's not great either.
It's a long walk to get to Desert, though. Oh, and there's Spike Cave.
No invulnerability. I can't speak today. Words are difficult. No invulnerability. Yeah, item
That one.
to get through Spike Cave. No cape or berries or anything.
Yeah, no glove either, so... Aga Tower, okay.
Aga Tower. We do have one item available. There. Looks like Sahashala's hut was nothing exciting.
So it looks like we did get a map check since we have all three of the Light World dungeon maps already. Eastern is a blue crystal, Desert is a red crystal, and then the green pendant is Tower of Hera. So nothing in the first chest of Aga Tower, and nothing in Eastern Palace. So they're cross-world high-fiving right now, basically.
This routing would have been so nice for Wallkicks if he had that mirror. There we have a Hyrule Castle entrance. That's a nice one to find because that also gives us 2 more connectors. Should we decide to check them?
Meanwhile, we got King's Tomb over at the number 5 flute spot with the glove. Ooh, that's very convenient for Ptrain. Because now he can just go straight to Dark World and get these checks out of the way. Though he'll likely do that long run to Desert in Pod. Either way, that's a tough place for a glove to be.
Yeah, for sure. It's not an uncommon place for the glove to show up, though, in CrossKeys.
Yeah. I think I remember having a seed where it was boots there in Hype Cave or something. So Ptrain skipped both of the entrances in Pod area there and ended up going straight to this one to Hyrule Castle, so we'll see him follow Wallkicks down.
Wallkicks setting up that death warp.
Yep. 300 rupees, not too bad. Zora is technically in logic at this point.
Looks like we're probably going to get a pyramid check from Wallkicks.
Yeah, Wallkicks opting to not go to the back of either check any more entrances or check the back of Hyrule Castle here, since can't say I blame him, since he entered from the Dark World, the snakes and rats do a significant portion more damage. And with 4 heart green mail, you're not going to want to do that.
Yeah, and without the boots or the glove, speaking of boots, it makes it a little more difficult checking connectors.
Okay, well, this route working out especially well for Ptrain, but also for Wallkicks with that entrance from Turtle Rock, or not Turtle Rock, Desert.
Wallkicks doesn't have the sword either. There's our library in the bunk rock.
Yeah, he definitely didn't check the whatever it's called. The well, yeah. Yep. Because that was definitely the sword. Well, he's heading back to Kakariko now, so hopefully that will lead him to go check that now.
I agree, my Pink Friday. This is a phenomenal MSU. This is the Twilight Princess soundtrack.
I actually had them both muted, so I fixed that.
There, Wally goes. About to be a little disappointed, but Desert is right there, so
yeah,
he's good.
There's not really much other places to go from Kakariko, so you can take the other exit out there and also check the big chest on the way. Meanwhile, Ptrain got a bit sidetracked by the Hyrule Castle exiting out at the Dark Bonk Rocks there. See if he makes his way back up to the pyramid or not.
He actually didn't check any of the connectors. He just, or did he?
No, he got spit out.
I guess he did.
Yeah, he got spit out at Bonk Rocks at a Hyrule Castle.
It has been a very long time since I've commentated, so you're going to have to bear with me here.
No worries. These are fun to both play and commentate. Oh, there's unfortunately the side of Paradox Cave we can't get into, but if you ever find a mirror, I imagine we'll see them go there pretty quickly.
And get to take a look at what is in that desert big chest. Just a compass. Looks like Ptrain is about to get his boots.
Yep, and we might see him actually take these over to Catfish with his glove as well. It's probably the most convenient time to do it.
I forgot about that being a small key, too. Turtle Rock.
Didn't see what was in the big chest, but I don't think it was anything useful.
Just a compass.
Yeah.
Wow, this seat being very generous to our runners already. Glove, Moon Pearl, boots, hammer, and a sword 20 minutes in.
I was thinking that too, which makes me very scared.
Wow, that is a very convenient connector there. That's going to negate the need for the flute to access the Misery Mire area. Well, and so does that old man entrance.
Yeah. So even Mire access, which can sometimes be a bit of a troll.
Yeah, it looked like it was Bombos to open Mire, I think. And how about a Vanilla Mire shed?
Vanilla Mire shed with about as useful things as it usually does. Oh, the other glove. Never mind.
That's nice.
Very interesting, then.
So we do know where our Titans are. Not necessarily as important.
Ooh, there's the small key to Desert Palace on Catfish, so that might lead Ptrain to go get his mitts here. Though not right away. It looks like he's going to possibly head down to the shopping mall here. You can set up a fake flipper north of the Dark Witch's hut, which will let you go through that portal. That said, it is a fairly dangerous one.
Oh, very nice connector for Wallkicks there. That is one that you kind of want to find pretty early.
Preferably with the mirror, but
spot. Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not too hard to get back there with that old man location, so... Or I guess if you find flute at some point with those mitts. So Ptrain getting the dark shopping mall out of the way early, which is nice. Ooh, and it has the mini Moldorm cave.
I like this check because that is an easily forgotten area.
Indeed.
Small key to pod. Oh, there's our pyramid fairy. With the other boomerang.
Just a small key to pod in Mini Moldorm, though. And not even that in the Waterfall Fairy.
Wait, did he talk to the NPC?
Yes. The NPC had the pod key, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was like, oh my gosh, did he forget?
Talking about pod, there's the map to pod. Ooh, laser bridge. That's interesting. And none of this is technically in logic at the moment without a... Actually, yes, it is. Never mind. Advanced logic means it is. Ignore me. That said, nothing useful.
That is a shame. Skullwoods dip for Wallkicks.
Yep, may as well since you're here. It looks like it's not a bad setup for once, too. The number of times I've had the first part of Skullwood be in the back is too many.
Right.
Okay.
And Skullwood's having a whole lot of crap today.
Yeah, and in CrossKeys, this is a guaranteed key as well, but it's good to have the extra key for getting through the back of school, which we have found once they find us fire source. Okay, so Ptrain ended up looping all the way back around to Pod again, and will probably end up in Desert of all, which will actually be very convenient for him, because that'll lead him to both all those checks as well as the mitts, assuming he goes out the other entrance. Those guards are jerks.
Yep.
So is that Wall Master.
So we're not going to be able to check where the entrance to Skullwoods takes us, but we are going to get to see the last check available, which is a small 2 turtle rock.
Since I did Ptrain actually not check that? He must have forgot it when he made it to Dark World here. Yeah, CrossKeys can be a little bit overwhelming if you get enough things early on. Easy to forget places. I know I forget
when everything opens up.
Yeah, I know I forget that little hut, monkey hut into the south a lot in this area. Ptrain spending 100 rupees for the privilege of re-entering Desert.
Here we have a dark connector, so we know that is not one of the Uncle ones because we have seen the Uncle connector. We are going to get to see what those extra 2 items are in Desert, though, from Ptrain.
Yeah, I think we've seen 2 dark entrances so far. Ooh. Oh, there's those flippers.
Just giving him more and more things.
Desert keys in logic now. Oh. Small key to thieves is actually very useful to have. Once they find the big key, and also the actual dungeon, we'll be able to full clear that.
Well, like finding Hookshot Cave.
Yep, able to check 1 check there, but opting to not go through the connector for now.
Ooh, there's the top of Paradox.
Ooh, nice, yeah. I don't believe he's found the bottom entrance yet, so hopefully he goes out the top instead of the bottom here. Ooh, a bow.
There's a bow.
Let's see. There's our first bottle, showing you that Sick Kid is turnable now.
Castle Tower key. That's nice too.
Yeah, it is. Where was that Sick Kid? I forget. Was that over next in like Lake Hylia, Dark Lake Hylia?
Bomb shop.
Bomb shop? Okay. Okay, and Ptrain did go out the right exit of the thing there. Wallkicks finding out that the top of Paradox Cave leads to the Light World again via the normal Death Mountain entrance, but does have access to Bonk Rocks. Actually, King's Tomb is available now too. As soon as Ptrain gets these mitts. And we finally got the info on that last drop down. So Pyramid will be the Magic Bat. Ptrain is going to follow the back of the old man cave, see where that exits out to. It's not a bad call. I think he had already cleared everything in my area. Or did Wallkicks do this too? I forget. Oh, he did do this too. Yep, that's this.
Still missing a lot of our dungeons.
Yeah, he had a flurry of them right away, but not much sense. That said, there's not too many that they can actually clear at this point. We got a couple pod keys, which gets us to the front. Yeah, that's about it. We're hurting on big keys at the moment, other than that desert one.
Just $20 at the dig game.
Yep. And even if they did have the, or if did find the backup desert, they couldn't finish it without a fire source, so.
Somebody with a shield.
And if you're just sitting on a stump, you gotta protect yourself, right? Okay, so now they're gonna kind of retrace each other's steps here. So right now, one of the outstanding places that we're looking for is a way up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's definitely something we have not found yet.
Yeah, with hammer and mitts in hand, you can pretty much full clear the mountain as soon as, well, actually that's not true. We need a mirror or a hook shot to for sure be able to do it. But if we do find a way to the top of the mountain, you can full clear pretty much the entire thing.
Wallkicks has a bottle, so he's going to be able to check Sick Kid here when he finds him.
Yeah.
Or 10 whole arrows.
Just some arrows. Okay, so Wallkicks is gonna take the Hyrule exit somewhere else now. I don't think he's actually checked the right side yet, so.
Nope.
I don't recall where this actually exited out to.
I don't think we got to see. Oh, there's
You're right, we didn't. Talking about the top of Death Mountain. We'll be able to check the light ward without the mirror, but well, there's slightly shifted Super Bunny Cave though.
Very nice entrance to find with Super Bunny. Finding the mirror up here would be ideal.
Which means we probably won't see it, but you never know.
I just make sure I say it so I curse the runners. Do what I can to make this stream good. It's like we need ether to open up Turtle Rock.
Okay, there's Mimic Cave. That's another item.
Oh, big key to pod. Nice one.
Pod big, okay. Outside of a fire source and keys, of course, there's technically the items to finish pod. Actually, either runner could go kill Helmasaur if they so wanted. Well, Wallkicks can. Once Ptrain finds that big key, he'll be able to as well. Looks like Ptrain is going to attempt to hover in Hookshot Cave here.
Oh, he's stuck. Oh no.
Just keep floating. Just keep floating.
Close.
Hey.
Nice.
For a compass. But you can easily do this here.
Alright, one more to go, buddy. Come on. Oh man. Looks so good.
He's going for it again, though.
He hovered like 40 minutes.
Unfortunately, not useful, but it was cool. So
yeah,
style
he definitely
points.
earned those bombs. Major swag points.
Meanwhile, Wallkicks is actually making his way over to the Light Shopping Mall, which we have not seen yet. Nor have we seen the exit out of Hookshot Cave. Well, nor did we want to see the exit out of Hookshot Cave. But at least now you don't have to run back there with Fire Rod later.
Oh, there's Spiral Cave.
So nothing else interesting, but here's at least Spiral Cave, so we'll see where this leads. I don't believe we've seen the other exit yet.
This could be our Death Mountain connector.
Or it could be desert. At least this is a few more checks. It's somewhat convenient to be spit out here after you, or before you've actually done these checks. Because then you're here and may as well do it anyway.
Not checking what's on Desert Ledge, I see. Here's Bumper Cave.
Yeah, that's... You don't really need to check Bumper Ledge, honestly. Oh, there's Pod.
Nice find.
So Wallkicks only has one key, so he's going to have to make a choice between killing Helmasaur here or going to the back and getting the most of the back checks.
I feel like he's going to go to the back because one item versus how many is definitely...
Yeah, I agree.
I think better. And he has that bow and the hammer, like, doesn't have to waste a key, but is going to waste a key? No, he's not. Alright. Very nice kill there on that mini helm.
Yep, Ptrain made his way to the mini Moldorm Cave here.
It is very interesting that we only have one pod small key at 40 minutes in.
Ptrain's actually found a second one.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But yeah, we don't have very many, that's for sure. Kind of tends to go one way or the other. Either you find a bunch of pod keys early, or you don't, and just don't find them until way late. Okay, so Ptrain getting spit out here as well. We'll actually probably check King's Tomb while he's here.
Wallkicks kick snatching a fairy in that room that we rarely see. Didn't even know there were fairies in it, so good to know.
Yep. Good to know if you're playing a low percent type seed.
Oh, there's a big key to Ice Palace.
Ice Palace big. That is in logic, actually. At least as far as we're aware. Or we know. And actually with one key that's in logic regardless, so... But we also haven't found ice.
Just have a full heart in the King's Tomb location, which turned out to be our Ice Rod Cave.
Okay, nice to get it out of the way.
Small Ice Palace, something tells me it wants you to go there.
Pod really wants you to go to Ice Palace, it seems.
That ice big makes me nervous. Ooh, hook shot. All right.
So that requires 3 pod keys and also a fire source to actually be in logic at the moment. Ptrain's also going to get another check out of the way since he can with the mitts, the hammer pegs here. Well, it looks like Wallkicks is indeed going to bomb jump here, or hammer jump here to get a few more chests.
Oh yeah, having that big key and there being 2 other items, go for it.
Ooh. So if Ptrain can find Pod and get his hook shot, he can actually... No, because he doesn't have the small key to Swamp. Well, either way, Swamp is accessible at the moment.
Ooh, and there is the dam in the hammer pegs.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry. Skipped the important part of this. But yeah, so that's a couple more checks, because Ptrain, since Swamp is right next to Link's house, Ptrain can check that pretty fast. Looks like the rest of Pod did not have anything interesting, but the hookshot is definitely a good find. But yeah, both the sunken treasure as well as that first chest of Swamp is quickly accessible right now for Ptrain. Have we actually seen the dam yet? Nope, we have not.
No, that was the first time we saw it.
And that hookshot is even also even more in logic now. Well, almost in logic now. Just need to find one more pod key, and that's fully in logic. If I can even remember where pod is.
It's down
oh yeah,
by the
lift
entrance to the
rock.
desert.
Yeah. It's right next to Hera, actually.
Oh, we're gonna see a real nice... There you go, Hera pot.
Some convenient fairies on the way up. So we won't be able to check the big key chest or the big chest here, but we'll at least get that green pendant for there's the big key to Swamp, which is actually not the useful key for Swamp Palace. I mean, it gets you the big chest, but the small key is what gets you in the dungeon. Bounce. So Ptrain going back into Hyrule here. Looks like he's going to go out the right exit as well and find his way up Death Mountain. I don't remember what exactly was up here, but there's definitely something up here.
Very nice Moldorm kill on Wallkick's side. He's going to draw first blood with defeating his first dungeon.
He has the green pendant only,
green pendant.
At least when you find Sahasrella, which I do not believe we've found yet, you'll have a get it all done in one swoop. Turtle Rock is Ether. I think we already knew that from Wallkicks, but I had missed it before.
Yep. Haven't found any of the medallions yet either.
Yep. We need, I'll probably need, or at least would be like to see at least 2 of them. So there's that pod big key for Ptrain.
Oh, Wally about to grab his titans.
Yep. I think the main thing that's opened up right now is the hammer pegs with the dam.
Yeah, Wallkicks doesn't have his flippers yet, I don't think.
True.
No, because they're on the right side of desert.
Oh yeah, and that small key was, I believe, up here, actually.
Wait, Catfish had this small to desert.
Ah, you're right.
Oh, Samaria as the dam item.
Ooh, okay, so those mitts definitely leading to some useful things, which is not always the case in CrossKeys. Ptrain getting a run of a whole bunch of items. Hopefully he makes his way over to Pod next to get that hook shot as well. Okay, let's see. Where is Wallkicks heading now? What was this? This was Skullwood? Skullwoods with that fire rod. That makes sense. And then he'll be able to go to Dark World from here and check either the back of Skullwoods or the hammer pegs. We'll see which one he opts for. Or both, once he finds out what hammer pegs are. Or the back of Skullwoods, I should say. Because I believe that actually leads right back into Village of Outcasts. So Ptrain has 2 keys, so he'll be able to check an extra chest here. Whether it's Helma or the... never mind, he's going straight up the back. Ignore me.
Ooh. That's an interesting choice.
In general, it's just too much of a waste of time to go to the right side too many times, so you're better off just going into the front. Because now you don't have to go through 3 times to check everything. And you'll usually find more pod keys at some point, especially if it's a required thing. I imagine once he finds that hook shot, he'll realize there's probably a 3rd key somewhere relatively easily gettable. Meanwhile, we have a Fighter Sword and Mothula happening here. Wallkicks navigating it pretty well so far, though he's being very trolly.
Yeah, he's definitely hugging those spikes.
Oh, has that red potion, fortunately. And just...
Very nice.
Almost had it. 10 arrows only, but that is his first crystal. Oh, Ptrain's actually going to finish pod instead of going to the back here. So he's going to miss out on the hook shot.
Yeah, that's kind of the risk you take.
Well, he is still missing out on that small key to swamp, so it's not an immediate issue. Since Hera isn't a crystal, it's not that quick bet either. But we'll see, I guess. Kind of depends on if the Sahasrara item is something interesting.
I think Wallkicks is going back to Hookshot Cave.
Oh yeah, with Hookshot.
Maybe he's going to take that trip over to Catfish.
Yeah, he'll probably check the back of it here and get spit right back out. Anyway.
And the back of Skullwoods.
Yep. That's at least he has the fire rod so he can get back quickly. Nope. Never mind. He's going probably Hammer Pigs then.
That would be good news for him because that is our dam.
Oh no, this is the uncle.
Yeah. Nice.
I heard that drop down.
I did too.
Smooth music behind it. Okay, so this will actually let him clear the entirety of the bottom of Death Mountain with a hook shot in hand.
Yeah, this is a lot of checks for Wallkicks.
Interestingly, we haven't found a single Ganon's Tower key yet. And we also haven't found Ganon's Tower. But we do have Hammer and Hookshot. Okay, so Green Pendant not having anything, so nothing up Hera is actually useful. Meanwhile, Pod is actually a pendant.
I missed what the item was that was on Helma. Was that our small to swamp?
I believe that was our small to swamp in the back of Sahasrara, though.
Nice.
I think Helma, Helma was just arrows.
I get excited when we find this small to swamp, okay? Alex.
Half magic on Desert Ledge.
Eastern. Interesting.
Well, okay, it's opting to skip it without, at least for now, without a big key.
Yeah, that's another one of those hit or miss ones. Like, do I do it?
There is the left entrance to Turtle Rock. There's a couple chests you can check here for sure. Ptrain can actually go all the way out the front if you'd like, so when he finds this. We haven't seen Hobo yet, so this will be a new check from Ptrain. We do have 3 Turtle Rock keys in tow, so it's very possible that this lava room chest is in logic. It requires all 4 Turtle Rock keys, but well, either way, it's useful to get. It's a Master Sword. The nice thing about Turtle Rock and entrance is it's very rare that it's actually required to have any more than 1 key to get into the back.
I love Turtle Rock and Misery Mire and CrossKeys so much. They're like the worst when in regular rando, but in CrossKeys, they are like the most wonderful dungeons to go through.
Yeah, they're so much more convenient to do. I think Ptrain's finally getting its Ice Rock Cave taken care of.
Another small to Mire.
So that's our Mire smalls taken care of, I think. Or there are 3, I forget. I
feel like we have all of them. I've seen so many Mire keys. So Wallkicks missing the dam at Hammer Pigs and Ptrain missing the hookshot and pod. This is an interesting. There's a small to GT.
Yeah, the connector to get over here, though, is definitely not inaccessible, though it is out of logic, technically. Where did Spiral Cave go out to again?
Desert.
Oh, yeah. Back to desert. Ptrain, unfortunately, already has checked that side.
Nerds Half-Life rating with a party of 3. Thank you so much. Welcome to join us in our 2020 Race 2 qualifier of the Cross World Key Sanity Tournament.
Yeah, there's our third pod key in Chicken Hut over in the right side of the DM. So, unless there's another way to get to the top of Death Mountain, that's actually out of logic. So that doesn't put our hookshot fully in logic yet.
Jinxie is not being mean. You know I love you, Alex.
Nope, Ptrain gonna give us
small yet, but we are gonna get to see our first check in Swamp Palace.
That's our lamp.
Not terrible.
Okay. So Death Mountain's in logic now, so that small to swamp is in logic, but the hookshot is not.
There's our back at desert. Oh, Wallkicks, she needed to steal that key, buddy. I mean, I guess a boss kill is, especially a 5-6, is better. But I just know what the right side of desert has.
What did it have? It had something good, right?
Yeah, it had flippers and small to beats down.
That was indeed good. Ooh, we're finally gonna get a Zora check as well here. Ptrain already having done a catfish, that makes sense. At this point, I think Wallkicks is kind of waiting for Mirror to be able to do this stuff. Ooh, if that's a pod key, that's good for Ptrain. I mean, assuming he goes back to pod at some point. There's our Spike Cave access. Zora about as useful as always. Hopefully Wallkicks goes back in and gets that key. Or does he not have the small key yet?
He doesn't have the small yet. Yep, there's a small.
Ooh, that was a pod key. Okay. And here's GT. So that hookshot is now in logic and something that Ptrain needs to get to as quickly as possible. Ooh, Eastern Big. That's another crystal we can finish.
Yep.
Or they can finish. Ptrain going to the north side, it looks like.
So Wallkicks, having not
Meyer, I think?
Done the dam yet, is not going to have some Maria to check the right side of Ganon's tower.
Yeah, and that is definitely in logic that we know of. Unfortunately, well, that's actually probably a good thing for him if something ends up being in the GT big chest. I know our the first qualifier had the Titan's mitts in the Ganon's tower big chest, and some of our pretty much that race was delineated by whoever went it in with the big key or not, or remember to check it. One or two did forget to check it the first time in.
No, it looks like we don't need either.
Oh yeah, it stuck us out there. Ptrain hasn't seen the left side. Ooh, here's Thieves Down. Unfortunately, still don't have the big key, so... At least we can check the first 4. Maybe we'll find that mirror eventually.
Ice Rod.
Okay.
And That was a small to Ice Palace, I think, on Wally.
Correct. Yes. Lots of icy things. Ooh, there's our flute finally.
And the mushroom.
Kind of convenient, actually, considering where the both the potion shop and the other shop is, and the potion shop and the potion shop, I guess, where you turn in the mushroom and where the potion shop is.
I unfortunately was watching Rando Room. I missed what Ptrain found. Was it the big key to Skullwoods?
Big key to Skullwoods, yep.
That could definitely be important. Like the Ice Palace big chest and the Skullwoods big chest, definitely. There's our butter sword for Wallkicks. Definitely seem more important in CrossKeys than, other forms of randomizer.
Yeah. Well, there's that 3-sword advantage for Wallkicks at the moment. Well, there were 2 in Ganon's Tower, and the third was sure somewhere. Oh, Turtle Rock, that's right. Did that arrow just go through the Arbos?
I'm good with it meaning pierogies because that is one of my most favorite foods. I'm shocked that you know what pierogies are, though, Boyne. I appreciate you, sir.
Okay, now Ptrain's going to Mire. Without any big keys, though. That said, he can check everything but the big chest and Vidi itself. I think for Ptrain's case or sake, we're definitely hoping that he finds another key to Pod here. There's only 2 left.
Well, there's Ice Cave.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in East, and there's the mirror.
There's a mirror.
So yeah, that hookshot is hard required to get over to the all the stuff over on the right side of Death Mountain here, and the big key to Turtle Rock, which Ptrain can actually finish once he finds. So Ptrain's going to be in a really good spot once he makes his way to the mountain here. Question is, how long will that be? Well, once he gets his way to Pod for the hookshot, and then he gets over to the Death Mountain.
Wallkick's going to go ahead and take care of Eastern Palace. Checks in, does see that it is a crystal.
Yep.
There's our
big
shovel
key.
in Mire.
Yeah, interesting. So, what do we need for no mode other than knowing what the last pendant is?
Lots of keys.
Mostly keys at this point, I think, yeah. Between our 2 runners, we have most of the actual dungeon or useful items here. They all have different ones, but I think we have them all taken care of. So we likely need the Mire big key, and we likely need the Thieves Town big key. That actually might be it. And we might not need one of those. Because we know we have the Turtle Rock, we have the Eastern.
There's a small to Hera.
We have the small to Swamp, and there's a small to Hera. As fun as that is.
Hear me out. Ice Palace in Desert Entrance. Wouldn't that be like the worst?
Well, we haven't found the second castle tower key yet, so we aren't in that timeline quite yet. But yes, that would be terrible. And even, actually, that wouldn't even be that bad, because you can now mirror there, with flute mirror mitts in hand.
Oh, never mind. I don't want it there then. I wasn't thinking.
Pretty much the only way Aga 1's required at this point is if either Thieves Town or Meyer Big Key is on a tablet. What would be worse if that's the case and then also the other Castle Tower key is on a pendant or is on pedestal?
I like you.
Looks like Shovel didn't lead to anything here. Ptrain is, well, possibly heading to the mountain. Unfortunately, no hookshot in tow. Oh, he's heading to finish Skullwood's while he's here as well. So it looks like we haven't seen anything useful out of Eastern here, but there will be a crystal at the very least.
Oh no, Ptrain. Okay, you have a blue.
Fortunately, he bought a potion, yeah.
I completely missed where the potion shop is.
Ice Rod Cave area, actually. Or light shopping mall, you might say. I missed it the first time around too, but noticed it when Ptrain went there.
With Wallkicks having that mirror now, he is going to have access to the top of Hyrule Castle, which might lead him to Catfish and that small key to Desert.
True. Let's see, what else does he have to do? He has the flute and the mushroom, so he'll probably get those things out of the way at some point.
Yeah, Wallkicks has a mirror. It's marked.
Yeah, it can't dip Swamp yet, because he doesn't have the flippers.
Look at that beautiful simultaneous... oh my god, it was like perfectly perfect. Very nice.
Yeah, if Peter didn't need to get magic, would have been even more perfect. Okay, so this might be Ptrain's way to the mountain. Unfortunately, I don't remember if the west side actually had anything useful. I think the Turtle Rock entrance, maybe?
Yeah, the left side T-Rock is up there.
Oh, he's gonna grab the Skullwood's big chest as well.
That's a good play. That's an easy one to forget.
Yep. He's trying to get his Meyer play to work out here. That'd be pretty awful if Meyer Big Key was in this chest, though. Also showing off.
Keychain with the swag.
Pod key. Okay. That's actually good for him, because that might send him back into pod.
I know, it's like, dude, go
basically full clear.
Pod.
Especially since it's like a quick save and quit away. He can even just do the back of pod and then... Well, he could have saves come to key, but he's going to get the hook shot and probably not do that. But he's going to find the mountain first.
There's our first mail upgrade in TR.
Yeah, it looks like Turtle Rock Right is up on the top of the mountain. So that was a place you couldn't get to without the thing. And I didn't see what was in here, but I don't think it was a connector, so...
It was just a ferry.
Definitely that hookshot is required to get over there. So we are going to see, looks like the desert area stuff now, since it's a pretty quick mirror. Chess game was probably a 10 arrow, actually. The single arrow was just the extra bonus. Ptrain now has that Swamp Small. Definitely not... Ooh, there's Ether. So that's... Oh, I guess we already know the Turtle Rock entrance isn't anything, so that's actually not useful. Can't get it yet anyway. Anyway, as I was saying, I kind of hope Ptrain doesn't follow his Meyer logic and tip Swamp. So that's not going to work out for him. I could see him doing it, but... guy's a
Does
jerk.
he have the Swamp Small?
He just got the Swamp Small in
okay,
West Death Mountain here.
Oh, half magic on Desert Ledge.
Yep. Nice to have as well.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, there's the top of that. Oop, Ptrain is going to also check this. Well, maybe not. Okay, he's skipping it.
Okay, so
He knows it's a
Rock
crystal.
Is a crystal.
Turtle Rock is, yeah. Or is it? Do we know?
Yeah, Wallkicks just did a map check.
Okay. Is that the only one we knew?
Yep.
Or that we didn't know? Okay. Well, we know most of these are crystal. Well, we have basically 3 of the 4 we don't know are crystals. Okay, so Wallkicks is going to activate his flute. He could check things like K45 and the other thing from here, the maze race game from here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that entrance.
He can also either then after that or before that go do mushroom. Though he might. Let's see if he decides to do that with the flute, or if he just decides to do it on the way to Catfish if he ever makes his way there. Which we know he'll have to eventually, but... we also haven't seen Smith Chain yet, so you could do that here.
Yeah, Smith is in a really convenient spot, too.
Where is he going? Is he checking the back of Skullwoods?
Oh, yeah. Yes, he is.
That will both be inconvenient and very convenient. Since if he remembers he'll probably know where the other half goes to of Hookshot Cave and just head straight to Village of Outcasts.
We still have that mirror spot to check in the back of Old Man as well.
Where did that lead to?
Top of Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, okay.
No, top of not Bonk Rocks. Bumper Cave.
Bumper Cave, yeah. I knew what you meant, but
I appreciate that because I am just struggling with words today.
I just smiled and nodded along with it, like, oh yeah, that one. That's definitely what that's called, right? Okay, so Ptrain ended up going into Eastern and is not saving quitting out, actually. I don't know if he had anything else he could actually do. Oh, you know what? He might just skip that hookshot requirement and hover over to East Death Mountain.
Can you hover that?
Can you? Maybe you can't.
You're going the wrong way to take back the Smith, my friend.
Oh, he just hasn't done this. Yeah, he's checking this first. Oh, he's checking Turtle Rock. He's gonna go out the front of Turtle Rock. That's what he's gonna do. Which I don't think we've seen yet.
No, we haven't seen any of those items. Rib.
Never mind. We found it. But we'll get to see the items in the front of Turtle Rock, though. Assuming that's what Ptrain continues on and does.
Yeah, he still doesn't have that hookshot or mirror. So he's definitely going to want to check it.
K45 will be a bit of an out-of-the-way spot for Ptrain now, but it's just a ferry, so not a big deal. So yeah, basically Ptrain needs to make his way back to Pod as soon as he can. That's going to be his progression, and hopefully he'll parlay that into back to the East Death Mountain, which has basically everything.
Right. Looks like we're going to get a Smith turn in. Hopefully Wallkicks is going to be checking those hammer pegs for that dam as well. Doesn't have his flippers yet, though. Still needs to go to Catfish.
Yep, at the very least, that'll get him the cane eventually. Oh, there's the powder. Very convenient if this was vanilla locations, but unfortunately, powder's up on the pyramid. Or the magic bat, I should say. Ptrain gonna have to take the long way around here. Got to be a little bit careful since he's low on magic and hearts. I do believe the Crystal Roller will do enough damage to kill him in one shot. Interestingly, we haven't found a male upgrade yet, have we?
I don't believe we currently have this stream in Portuguese, but I apologize if you're having trouble understanding us.
Silver's on purple chest. And it looks like Wallkicks is going to go kill... probably going to take this and go kill Helma here. Unfortunately, find out the bad news about it being a pendant. Okay, so Ptrain got spit out here. I think he's running out of things to do. That's kind of what that seemed like to me. So that means Pod probably is what he needs to do. Or hopefully he realizes that's what he needs to do still.
We still need to find the connector that takes us over to the laser bridge or the spiral cave entrance in the Dark World. So, because I have a feeling that Ice Palace is going to be up there. We still have not found that connector yet.
True.
We're running out of places where it can be.
I was about to say it might be Turtle Rock, but then I remember that it was a... we already found Laser Bridge, so... yep, and Ptrain is making his way back into Pod, finally. So this will get him the hook shot, and will probably lead him into Swamp at this point, it would be my guess. So I don't think he has the big key. At the very least, it's not marked. And then we'll see if Ptrain checks the Harmless Hellway here. That'll be a new check for we haven't seen yet. Just a heart. And then he'll probably check the maze here. So the only chest he'll have left is he just needs one more key to do the front. I think there was one in Ganon's Tower, wasn't there? Could be wrong.
Don't believe so. It was Mimic Cave.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what it was. Which was also, I think, on East Death Mountain. Wallkicks heading back through Ganon's tower here. Oh, he hasn't done the big chest yet.
Right.
He didn't have the big key.
Or he did do the big chest. He didn't do the drop down chest.
Oh, did he skip the drop down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think was just rupees.
I thought he had the big key, but... And indeed, Ptrain is heading into Swamp for a full clear of that. We'll see if that holds one of our big keys we need. And we'll see if it's the last pendant or not as well. If it's a pendant, you can actually... Not in logic, but you can pull the pedestal here soon.
Was there a pod small in GT? I thought it was the small to Ice Palace. I might have just not marked it. I know there was one for sure in Mimic Cave. Perhaps both. So far, nothing too exciting in Swamp. Very nice diver down from Ptrain.
Yep, looks like we got Wallkicks heading to the pyramid, so that means they'll probably finally get that small desert small and hopefully use flippers. But first, we'll see if we find ice on top of the pyramid, or on top of Hyrule Castle. I believe that is the only one we're missing at this point, dungeon-wise. Oh, we did find a connector that could lead over to the connector we were looking for. Nope, just Graveyard Ledge. Ooh, Meyer Big Key in the Swamp Big Key chest. That's a big one. It's very possible Wallkicks comes in here with only 1 or 2 items to go mode, too. So he might skip left side swamp.
Yeah. Looks like he's finally hitting the catfish.
Yep, so it gives deserts. I gotta check King's Tomb first and then do that. Ignore my mouth noises. Ptrain, you're a little too fast on that one.
That looks like it now.
Yeah, block placement should be fine. You're just having a little bit of issues on the water part. Might be in his head about it right now.
Yeah, it's easy to stress, especially when you're
There we go. That looked
on rescreen.
There we go.
There,
that looks
you
good.
got it, buddy. Good job.
You can actually do a menu buffer to help with the water movement there.
There's another bottle.
Here's a blue bottle for your troubles, at least. Ooh, it looks like Wallkicks is also going to be doing the Meyer dip here, so I believe Ice Rod was in here.
Shovel and the small to Hera.
Oh, right.
Ice Rod was in Thieves.
Oh, Ice Rod was in Thieves, okay. Which Wallkicks is not found yet, actually. Ptrain running out of magic is going to have to do this the slightly longer way.
Yeah, I definitely think Ptrain's going to head back up Death Mountain right after this.
It's definitely what he needs to do. He did get the Meyer Big Key, so it would not surprise me to see him do that first. And that is a crystal, so our last crystal is down to Meyer Ice Palace, or last pendant rather, down to Meyer Ice Palace or Thieves Town. 2 of those we can finish. This route tells me that Ptrain is probably indeed heading to Meyer. Yep. I think we got a map for one of those chests too, didn't we? Or one of those dungeons. Wasn't like the Ice Palace map on Argus there?
I am not sure.
I could be wrong. We'll see. Or hopefully we'll see. Nice Meyer 2 by Ptrain. Just big 20 in the big chest, but honestly the more interesting thing is whether this is a crystal or not, due to where the big key was located. Also, we do still have the right side of GT outstanding that Wallkicks wasn't able to do when he was there, and that Ptrain will be able to. Okay, so Wallkicks, having cleared that, now gonna head to Catfish, get the Desert Small.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely good for Wally.
Ptrain, I don't think you wanted to hit that switch. It's a thing that I have done too many times. I'm not sure how much Wallkicks has left to do. I I don't think he has enough to really avoid doing the turning in that Desert Small, since it's a pretty quick flute.
Yeah, it's definitely quick for him to check that. Oh, we're going to get a splash delete. Very nicely done.
Yep.
Getting to see all the cool tricks here in the CrossKeys randomizer.
Yep. Well, biggest one we have left will probably be that icebreaker, if we ever find ice. If we ever need to do ice.
If Ice Palace even exists at this point.
Unfortunately, this will be a fairly slow fight for Ptrain. Not too bad, but definitely slower than the Buttersword Silvers, or well, I guess just Silvers that Wallkicks will have.
Oh, Wallkicks. You could use that key. Oh, I guess not.
Pod key?
Yeah,
not really.
So yeah. I don't know why I thought it was Thieves Town Small. That was not there.
So Wallkicks going back at the back of here, which I still forget where this leads to.
Top of
yep.
Bumper Cave.
Top of that one cave.
Top of that cave, yeah.
And that was a crystal off of Vidi. So we now have a 50-50 chance of
Ice
whether
Palace
we
could
need a big key or
easily be a pendant and be in Ganon's Tower entrance.
True. I don't think we've seen the entrance to Mire yet. Or is that where we got spit out? I forget.
We have not seen that, but we haven't seen this entrance either, which I think it's going to come out. Yep.
Hey,
that's
there we
the
go.
Connector.
Where was that from?
Spectacle Rock, which we've had access to for a very long time.
Yeah, that's fair. Though no mirror, so this wasn't actually useful before now. Though we'll see if it's useful in general. Is this Ice Palace? It's the bomb shop. Swamp and Desert were our 2 5/6s, so bomb shop is so that actually that's another entrance where Ice Palace could be. It's fully in logic now. Well, at this point, everything's in logic. We could be in no mode actually. Oh no, never mind. Ptrain did a map check. Indeed, Thieves Town is our last crystal, so Ice Palace does not especially matter unless the Thieves Town big key is in it.
Wally needs to get his butt to Desert.
Yep. And Ptrain has gotten his butt to where he needs to go. I do believe this is Wallkicks heading to possibly the Turtle Rock entrance. I don't think he got spit out there yet like Ptrain did.
Yeah, he did pick up Ether.
Yeah.
He also might be heading back to Ganon's Tower, too.
True, it's probably what he'll do while he's here, yeah. I don't think he's jumped down the... Has he jumped down the middle one yet, do you know?
No.
So we'll probably jump down the middle. We'll see if that is something interesting. Ptrain will finish Desert while he's over here. Actually, he doesn't have the 5/6 crystal, but he will now. Okay, so officially we are the Thieves Town Big Key from No Mode. Ptrain's going to get most of the items outside of that here shortly, including the Eastern Big Key, the mirror, the flute. I guess the key to burn accounts, technically. Looks like Wallkicks is actually going to go ahead back to this way over to the laser bridge, and doesn't have the ice rod yet, though. You know, I don't think Wallkicks ever found the entrance to the laser bridge here, did he?
No.
So this was actually an accessible entrance. I just don't remember where.
It was in the dark shopping mall.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we get sped out at the dark shopping mall and get those checks out of the way. I don't think there was actually anything interesting there.
I don't think he turned in his mushroom.
There's the map of Thieves Town. Yeah, I don't believe Wallkicks has turned in his mushroom yet. Or at least, I think he gave it to the merchant. Just never went and checked it.
Oh, yeah,
so
he did.
Conveniently, he'll be actually right here to mirror to it, since this is where Potion Shop is, in Light World.
I gave him a hard time the last race he did for not turning in his mushroom when he got it.
Nah, just arrows.
He didn't give me crap for that.
Okay, so we don't have actually many small keys left. Somehow Ptrain has managed to get all 6 pod keys, while Wallkick still only has 2, but...
Well, we know the ice rod is in Thieves Town, and we are missing the Thieves Town big key.
True. And there was one here, too.
No, we don't need medallions. None of them, actually.
Yeah, we don't need medallions. Yeah, we don't. We can technically go the rest of the seed without ever seeing Ice Palace. Though with both keys and the big key, I would probably check it if I found it. One thing of note that's missing still, interestingly enough, is the Ganon's Tower big key.
Yep. Wallkick's getting that information. Still doesn't have full information though yet. And here, when we run the trackers, we run them based on the runner's knowledge. We do have full knowledge of what the crystals and pendants are, but Wallkick's tracker will reflect the knowledge he has currently in the game.
Here's the Turtle Rock map for Ptrain. I don't think he actually had the knowledge of that being a crystal. But he will soon. Doesn't have the big key yet, though. Where was that? I think it was over here somewhere. Maybe it was actually just right here.
You're fine, Star.
That was Eastern.
I was just explaining why Wallkick's tracker didn't have all the crystals or pendants.
Okay, so Ptrain going to give us some new checks here. Meanwhile, Wallkicks, we know, still needs to make his way over to the desert, get his flippers, which will lead him to the Mire big key, but that still leaves the Thieves Town big key withstanding, or needed.
Big thanks to our wonderful trackers, Star and Sammy. I apologize for sending you into a ruckus for not knowing that's how we mark the trackers. Honestly, this is only game 2 in the tournament, so don't worry about it.
You're good. You're doing a
Plenty
great
of
job. Thank you
time.
so much.
Plenty of time to work out the kinks, and as always, it's
Yeah.
appreciated.
Tracking cross keys is not easy.
Nope. Meanwhile, the fourth Ganon's Tower key was in Tile Room, because why not?
At least it was a key and not like a green rupee or something. I am excited to see what's here on the right side, though.
Yeah, I got these 4 chests still. A
Ooh,
cape.
a cape. Gross.
I don't think we've seen the other end of Bumper-led Cave yet. So that's potentially relevant. Though I'm not sure where it could lead out to at this point. That would be useful. So Ptrain left the so just saving Quid out of Ganon's Tower, and it's gonna have to get back there for the rest of his stuff. That said, he has the flute now, so that's not bad of a run.
There's the lamp for Wallkicks.
Yep. And like I said, we will see if he ends up getting that Meyer big key or not.
Yeah, with the regular races, you just update as we know. Like we update both at the same time. But with cross keys, because we don't know which pendants are crystals or pendants, we mark according to the runner's knowledge, just so chat kind of knows what's going on and why a runner is making certain choices.
Wasn't Mirror over on right side of Ganon's Tower, or of Death Mountain too?
I thought so. I my notes are all crazy at this point. Mirror was in Hype Cave, which was at the bottom of Death Mountain. Dark Death
Okay,
Mountain.
yeah. So Ptrain just hasn't been there yet. Got it.
But I wrote down MR for Ganon's Tower, and I have no idea what that is. So that's fun. And I keep missing things because I'm staring at it, willing it to come back to my mind, and that's not working.
I know Ganon's Tower was either the bottom of Paradox or the cave next to it. Or the middle of Paradox, whatever entrance that is.
I don't know. Brain's not working.
Paradox is weird. You go down to go up on the mountain.
Hey, there's Quake.
Okay, so that Swamp Big Key is not required. It looks like Ptrain's gonna go finish Eastern.
So this is good news for Wallkicks. He's gonna get that big key to Misery Mire.
I wonder if that Turtle Rock Big Key is also in Hype Cave. That would make sense.
It is.
Okay, so that will give Ptrain pretty much be caught up at that point. Though he will be down the silvers compared to Wallkicks. Neither runner has... Oh, one thing that Wallkicks is missing, though, that I don't even have the life of me where that was. I know we talked about it at one point, is that Ice Rod.
It's in Thieves Town.
Oh, right, Thieves Town, okay. That's probably not a big deal, then. He'll find it on the way to going through Thieves Town. And since that is a required dungeon that we still need the big key for... Of course, that's assuming that the big key of Thieves Town is not on Trinex. I don't believe we have found the second key to the castle tower either.
We did get both checks, and it was crap, but yeah, no, I don't think we found the second key.
Book is on Lumberjack. So
yeah, that book could be our key.
It's 2 items.
Oh, the evil.
And that would be our second qualifier in a row that had a big key required behind AGA 1. Because the
nothing but shenanigans.
Yeah, the race the other day at least told us immediately that it was a big key. It was the Gomo Desert big key for a lot of people. But it was the same entrance. It was the Thieves block drop down, but it was actually the big key. We're looking for the Thieves Town big key for go mode. Or no mode, I think.
Yeah, we'll be in go mode once we find that Thieves Town big key. Our runners won't be for a couple minutes. Ptrain is missing that mirror that he can find over on Death Mountain, as well as the big key to Turtle Rock, and Wallkicks is missing the big key to Thieves Town, like both, and the ice rod, which is in Thieves Town.
Okay, so Ptrain knows what crystals he needs, and that one of them is not Ice Palace.
Which we still haven't found.
I think this might be... Did he never check this? Oh, this is Castle Tower.
Zaga Tower, yeah.
So he's checking his Castle Tower now. His second item there. I believe. Yes, he has not seen it yet. So we haven't seen the second Castle Tower key yet. Where could that be? I'm trying to think of what check. So Trinex is a check that we can do. The Hera basement is a check we can do.
Oh, what a gross check. What a super gross check.
Fortunately, it's really quick. It's actually really quick to get to since it's at the dam.
Yeah, that's fair. But, ew.
Okay, so Ptrain needs to go back to East Death Mountain. So he can go get his mirror and his Turtle Rock big key. He is not doing that still. But he is going to check the Hera basement for us. And also finish Hera?
I appreciate that.
No, he's going to finish Hera is what he's going to do. Which I guess... Oh, that's right. I don't think he knows that this is a pendant yet. Because I don't think he's... Oh, no, Salasrella he found Salasrella, right? Maybe? Mm-hmm. That was West Death Mountain? He might just be doing this so he can go get that check out of the way on his way over to East Death Mountain. Yeah.
There's still a good bit of checks he can make in Hera without that big key. Sassarilla.
So Sassafra. Moldorm, please.
Yeah, Moldorm says, not today. And Moldorm's down for Ptrain.
Oh, that's right. All 3 Light World maps were like right away. I forgot about that.
Oh, he got the fire rod on. He's going to give us a basement check.
That does indeed seem to be what it looks like. I'm trying to think of what else we have.
Not much. I'm going to die if this is the Aga Tower spot.
Oh my goodness.
I will choke to death, I swear. I will, like, there will be things happening.
Bombos would be an interesting find here too. That opens up the mire entrance, which then might as well just lead to Ice Palace, because why not?
You're also, evil too. I like it.
I mean, I just like having fun with it. I like to imagine the worst that could happen, so I'm not surprised when it happens. Oh no.
I like having... Oh, that's a shame. I like having fun with it when I'm not the one playing.
Exactly.
That's when I have the most fun with evil thoughts.
That was the most unfortunately timed piece of art, though.
Alex Hera big key in the basement.
Looks like we're gonna see the big key chest of Pod is a thing. He has all 6 keys, so it's in logic. Also, whatever this. This is Bumper Ledge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the laser bridge exit, which will actually take him to where he wants to go. Not that he
that'd
knows
be
about
really
that.
good news for him. Has anyone checked the Ice Palace entrance?
Yes, we've
Like
seen
the
that.
actual? Okay.
Yep, that's the. Oh wait, it won't take him there because he doesn't have the mirror.
Oh no, my friends. I think Wallkicks is making that Thieves Town play.
Oh yeah, Thieves Town was over here, wasn't it? So he's
Yep,
gonna
right
Ice
here.
Rod and be able to do Turtle Rock.
Yeah, then all Wallkicks is gonna need is that Thieves Town big key, and he will be good to go.
Why does Ptrain hate East Death Mountain so much?
It's doing it to spite us at this point. There's that ice run for Wallkicks.
Spike Cave. I don't think we've seen that yet either.
No, okay.
That's the thing we need to do still. We'll see. That's not it.
Rip. Oh, I know he just held his breath when he saw that key pop out. Can't be that easy, Wallkicks.
Ptrain still not going back to the mountain. Where is Ptrain going? No one knows. Smith Chain, probably? Smith Chain.
Yeah, well, did Wallkicks do purple chest? I don't. Yeah,
Nope.
it was a bow.
We're on purple chest, yeah.
Yeah, purple chest was bow. So he might at least get silvers, because we need silvers with Butter Sword.
Laser Bridge, that much of a run? Nah, I guess it is Dark Shopping Mall, isn't it?
Did he not check the front? He hasn't checked the front yet either.
And Ptrain doesn't even have the mirror for this. Oh. Okay, so we are going to see Trinex. That is one of our normal setups. Or that's one of our checks we haven't done yet, I should say.
Ooh, another evil thought. Okay. Thieves Town big key on Magic Bat.
I mean, yes. I'm not worried about that until we find the Ganon's Tower big key, though.
We're gonna find it. It's gonna be right here on Trinex.
Oh, right. My bad.
But we still have the bomb shop entrance too, or the bomb pyramid entrance. Pyramid fairy entrance. Good lord.
Yep. That is a thing that we can do. Wasn't that on that drop down, too?
Mm-hmm.
That
Ooh,
is
a
just a...
bottle.
So yeah, Pyramid Fairy entrance seems like a thing that needs to happen soon.
Well, yeah, I mean, we are just running out of things to do, so they're not really going to have a choice. Oh no, Wallkicks didn't do the right side of Ganon's Tower either.
Yeah, he needs to do
He'll
that.
probably do that.
Yeah, he can definitely do that still.
There's your
Ptrain
silvers,
gets
Ptrain.
silvers. Unfortunately for Ptrain, he's going to have a lot of other entrances to check with that mirror. once he eventually gets it? Question mark.
Yeah, shovel spot wasn't anything. We did check that. I don't know.
Oh, he's gonna check. He's gonna check the swamp big chest before those entrances on East F Mountain. Did he mark him off? No, he didn't mark it off. I think it's that bottom of Paradox Cave entrance. I think he just wants mirror before going back there so he can go and check the top and check that on the way down, but unfortunately that is the location that the mirror is at. Quack. Where is Wallkicks going? Oh, he's going to turn in his shovel.
Yeah. I don't really know what else we can do. Other than the bomb. Yeah, Wallkick's gonna do Spike Cave, and then probably head back to Ganon's Tower, maybe do Bomb Shot.
Well, if he does the thing that's faster to do, it'll be Ganon's Tower. And the guaranteed items, so...
It's going to turn out like you said. Ice Palace is going to be behind the 5-6 crystals, and that key is going to be in the big chest. I added the big chest part because it makes me happy.
Ptrain back over here. I don't know what is over here other than
Back
Turtle
to
Rock
Turtle
Road.
Rock, but he doesn't have that big key unless he's using a connector.
oh, he's gonna check. Oh, he's going out of his way to check the crystal roller room this way. Oh, this feels really bad now. Oh, we haven't seen.
Oh, we haven't seen Dark Cross.
Of all places, we have not seen Dark Cross yet. Oh, hey, it's Blue Mail. That's where Blue Mail was.
Like literally every safety item you could want in the game.
Dark Cross has been in Logic for a long time.
Yeah.
Since we found the fire rod a long time. Oh no.
Oh, yes! What do you owe no one? Oh, yes!
I mean, oh yes. Oh yes. Oh no,
my
it's been there the
God.
entire time.
Oh, Anderson dies.
Who's ready
And
for
I know
Cat
Wally
Power?
and Ptrain are gonna watch this back. Oh, just know I appreciated the pain that I put you both through.
I'm most impressed that they both haven't checked that, and they're both checking it now at the same time.
Well, there's really
Basically.
nothing else to do, and it's sinking in, like it's hitting them. Like no.
They're at the point where their last location thing is like, oh no, why is this a thing? This wasn't Aga Tower, was it?
No.
I thought it was like up the top of Death Mountain somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going, Wallkicks? There is nothing there. Maybe he just forgot to mark it off and wanted to double check.
That's very possible. I've done that before.
So many times. I have done it so many times.
Unfortunately for Ptrain, this is probably going to lead him to Castle Tower, and he's still not going to get the big key. Yep, he's going right to Aga. Oh no, Aga Tower is right here. That's right. It's in pot area.
This seat is gross. Oh my.
Yeah, this seed took a turn.
It was like, here's your hammer, your boots, your titans, your flippers, have everything except.
Yeah, this is Ganon Tower for Wallkicks, okay. Yeah, I just don't understand why Ptrain would skip that entrance. I'll have to ask. We'll have to definitely ask him that. Because he hasn't seen Ice Palace or Hype Cave yet, which are two high density, well, Ice Palace arguably, checks. I think the best news for Ptrain here would be if Thieves Town Big Key is on. Well, I guess he needs Mirror either way, doesn't he? So I guess he's going to get the book and not actually be able to do anything with it. Other than check the desert entrance, which we already know is nothing. So one way or another, he's going to make his way to get that mirror. Like, he doesn't have any choices soon. And Wallkicks getting the small key so he can actually go to the right side here. Oh, man. Told you the seed was too nice early on. That said, this isn't too bad of a seed, especially if you actually check that Dark Cross early enough. So I'm sure we'll still see some early 2-hour finishers here. Probably. I haven't actually been watching, so.
I have not either.
Let's go now. We have a bot for a reason. It's fine. And by we, I mean you guys. Okay, so Ptrain is the first one up Aga Tower. Wallkicks didn't find anything right side and is heading to the basement of Hera. So getting some of those out of the way checks out, well, out of the way. So the good news for Ptrain is he probably won't be spending the time checking the mirror locations here, since he's going to want to cash in his book once he finds that mirror. Or at least I know I would want to cash in that book after I find the mirror. Yeah, TR Big Key is also in Hype Cave with the mirror. So you might follow that first.
I think Aga Tower is probably going to be Wallkicks' next play. Just given where Hera is. Although he could go to the bomb. I mean, it's not that far. Aga Tower and that high roll entrance are really close to each other. Oh no, he has to take the connector, which is just the back of the old man.
Yeah. Yeah, watch it actually just be in the pyramid the entire time after doing all this.
Where's he going?
Ptrain actually going? Doing the thing? No, he's not. He's checking Sazrala and then maybe doing the thing.
He's doing the bomb. He's doing the bomb.
They're out to the bomb?
Yep. That is what he's doing.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see which one it is real fast here. Ptrain is getting his book. And then probably we'll fleet over to the desert to find nothing. And then hopefully we'll finally check that one entrance to get Hype Cave.
Oh, our race bot is announcing our winners. Lin has finished in first place with a time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 45 seconds.
Like I said, people will probably be finishing some point early 2 hours.
I didn't realize our bot was now announcing finishers. That's cool.
Yeah,
we are on a 15-minute delay.
They technically finished a couple hours, 15 minutes ago, but and what you'll notice once we're done, once both of our runners have finished, you will see a up to the minute update on the rest of the placements as well. We'll catch up to the delay, so to speak.
Hamster.
Well, we're gonna find out which one's the answer here soon.
I love this divergence. What if this is Ice Palace? Oh, I'm getting nervous.
It's actually
my
Ice
god!
Palace. Oh, this seed.
no.
This seed's terrible. Wonderfully terrible. Watch it actually just be on pedestal. That would also be hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my. Violet Pumpkin finishing in second place with a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 19 seconds.
Yeah, well played. Congrats.
20 rupees. Although Ice Palace is a lot easier with icebreakers, so it's not quite as bad. It's not quite the same Ice Palace as it used to be.
Not the time sink it used to be, for sure. And with both keys in hand and the big key, there's no reason to even have to hit the switch.
Plexstar calling Thieves Town Big Key on the boss. Wait.
Hera big key.
Oh, Hera. Oh, God.
Ptrain. Did Ptrain just forget about that entrance, maybe? He's starting to recheck entrances.
He has his Dark World tracker on, and I cannot see it.
Last time I checked, he didn't have it marked off. Doesn't mean he didn't forget it, though. There's the single rupee.
Well, Ice Palace BR. I'm thinking it's Ice Palace Big Chest. Hituzan finishing in third place with a time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 41 seconds. In case you can't read and chat, I'll just repeat it for you.
Yeah, he does not have that entrance marked off yet.
Evil. Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah, he doesn't have it marked off. I mean, it's right by GT. I'm just like holding my breath watching this Ice Palace. Because it's either going to be...
Oh, Ptrain hasn't gotten the big key chest here yet. I don't think we've seen this yet. Watch. Did Wallkicks do this? I forget. It's nice.
Oh my god, there it is! That's go mode for Wallkicks. 2 hours, 6 minutes, 50 some odd seconds.
So all of these shenanigans with Castle Tower was not required. That said, the mirror definitely was, considering where the the bomb location is. Either way, it's going to be get there from the rock big key.
Oh, this is going to be nice and quick. Wallkick's going to clean up Thieves Town and just flute right to 3 and take care of Ganon.
Yeah, Ganon's a nice quick location. Okay, it's Ptrain. Did Ptrain find it? He went to 1.
Got it. You got it. Come on, buddy.
So far, so good.
You're going to do it. Oh, he has so many mirror locations to check, though.
It's true, yeah. The mirror is in Hype Cave over on the right, the Paradox Cave entrance down here. The one that's not Ganon's tower.
Oh, he's going to it.
Yep, here it is.
So sad.
Oh, hey, look, I'm here.
Yep, I figured that was coming.
Rage flashes, yep. Just bomb him, too. We need more bombs. I agree, Ptrain. I agree.
That was less aggression than I thought it was going to be honest.
Yeah, there's the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Oh, my friend, I'm so sorry.
On the plus side, we might actually get to see what's on the... Can you play a song for the... Did Wallkicks just do that out of habit? Because I don't think he needs anything. Well, we're going to see some tablets to see what they have. At least Ether tablet. Maybe.
Ptrain going straight to Turtle Rock. This is good. If he just sticks... it's for that bomb location. I mean, he's in good shape. It's just he needs to use the mirror in the right place.
Unfortunately, the front is actually over in Dark Shopping Mall. Oh no, that's never mind. That's by
Race game.
Race game. Oh yeah, that's Race game. The Dark Shopping Mall is Laser Bridge. It looks like we still only have 3 finishers, so those are probably the 3 runners that figured out the bomb sooner rather than later. And probably also full clear dice, but yeah. Oh, there's Wolfie finishing at 2:10:01. Wallkicks handily takes down Blind. Gets his 7th crystal, and all he has to do is flute to Link's... Not Link's. Flute to Kakariko and drop down and kill Ganon.
Did you already say Wolfie finished in 4th? I
Yes.
knocked my headset off. Okay.
Yep.
Very nice Trinex kill for Ptrain.
That would be a spicy barbacoa burrito. So spicy. That is crystal number 6 for Ptrain.
So finally, yeah. Knock my headphones clean off my head.
Wallkicks hitting him definitely more than the 6 swipes necessary. T-Stew 14 finishes in 5th place with 2:11:29. So looks like Wallkicks will probably be pretty comfortably in the top 10 here. This is a 40-person qualifier, so I believe the way the qualifiers work is the par time is based on the average of the top 25% of the qualifier. So you should be pretty close to an upper par time here. Probably high 900s.
Very nice double on Ganon. And that'll do it for Wallkicks.
Yep, Matt finishing just before him, but...
Yeah, Matt with the snipe of
Oh,
2
Zelda
hours,
even...
11... Oh my gosh! Zelda with the legit snipe. 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 18 seconds. Wallkicks finishing with 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 33 seconds. I'm sure Wallkicks will be joining us.
Yep, so that is 8th place officially. Congratulations to Wallkicks. Also, thank you to Q Game Live for the 17-person raid. A German raid. Perfect. My favorite kind of raid.
Hey! Yes, Jinxie is here. I had a small sabbatical, but we're here now.
And we are indeed joined by Wallkicks. Hello, and congratulations on an 8th place finish in this qualifier.
GG's, yeah, this is overall a pretty nice seed. Can't really complain too much about how I played or how the seed went.
Yeah, you definitely navigated it pretty well. Definitely some interesting things there with that East Death Mountain shenaniganry.
I mean, I like when I recognized the dark room that led me to Death Mountain, I felt pretty good. I'm like, okay, I can, I can kind of do some things that I don't recall if I had picked up the hook shot by then. I think I might have. And so I was really interested in going over there at some point with the hook shot because I could do East Death Mountain and found GT, found a whole bunch of things over there, if I recall.
Yeah, you found that with the mirror and the big key to Turtle Rock.
That's right. I was over there too.
Okay, so it looks like meanwhile Ptrain is working his way finally to that bomb shop. He actually ended up making some kind of major route changes over you. He ended up doing Helmasaur the first time in Pod, and which led him not have enough keys for the back. So he missed out on hookshot for a while.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and even then he wasn't like too bad. He had a lot of the other stuff ahead of you instead, like the ice rod and Meyer big key and flippers and all that jazz. But the big issue came in after he did Ganon's Tower. He just completely forgot about the Hype Cave entrance for quite a while.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So hopefully now that he's found the bomb shop right here, he'll grab... Oh, not right here. Oh, the bomb shop is on the connector?
It's in the Dark World.
Bomb shop is at Mimic Cave.
Yeah, you have to take the connector.
Oh, yeah, it requires the connector. Gotcha.
Yep.
Which is actually through this way, so you should run into it, because that was the checkerboard cave, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the connectors, yeah.
Anyway,
back old man.
Back to this.
I mean, Spectacle Rock.
Oh yeah, the Spectacle Rock drop down. Always a fun connector.
Your checkerboard.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall my seed went fairly well. I got the boots really early, I think. I mean, all things considered. I was in Hyrule Castle with the hammer and Moonpearl already, and I'm like, there's not going to be a really better time to check Pyramid Ledge. And at the same time, I'm like, but I also want to check connectors and see where these other two Hyrule Castle entrances spit me out at. But I chose to take the item, the guaranteed item, and it paid off with those boots.
Yeah, it did. I say you guys actually got the boots roughly the same time, just in different ways. Ptrain actually ended up doing the eastern area stuff, which led to the glove in at 5.
Oh, and yeah, there was one
straight to Dark World from there and ended up getting his boots.
I think I put that off a little bit longer.
Yeah, he actually got the other glove first.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The glove at Flute Spot 5 was my Titan's Mitts. Yep. Jeez.
I think the one was in Village of Outcasts. Sounds about right.
Sure. I think one of my silliest mistakes was really super early on, and I had the hammer, and I saw Kakariko Well at the Magic Bat drop down, and I just walked past it. And it took me 5 minutes to realize what I had done. I think generally in like the first 30 minutes of CrossKeys, I'm kind of on a cruise control mode where I'm just kind of checking entrances, kind of seeing what's going on, and as opposed to like, oh look, I have this item this early, I can do this. And so it didn't occur to me until I think after I picked up boots that I'm like, oh yeah, I had the hammer. I could have checked that Cac Well a while ago.
Yeah, we didn't realize that for a while.
Right in to Ice Palace here. He's coming back. He's like coming back big time because he still has a lot more mirror places to check. So this is going to save him like a ton of time. And Falcon is finished in 9th place with a time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 19 seconds.
Yeah, I remember when you went into Desert, I was like, wait, why isn't he checking the big chest? Does he not have the big key? I'm like, wait, how does he not have the big key? Because Wallkicks was like right in front of you, basically. So I was like, I'm very confused. I'm like, oh, he doesn't have the sword either.
It happens.
Yeah, it does.
So often doing this. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I was saying so often I'll like walk into an entrance, immediately walk out, and then process, oh, wait a minute, there was something in there, and then have to walk back in.
Yep, the important part is even if you forget something, you realize soon enough after that it's not a big issue. Looks like Fraime has finished in 10th place with a 2:18.44. It looks like Ptrain is actually going to check the entrances up here real quick before deciding if he wants to dive into Ice Palace, which is quite a fun Ice Palace location, might I add.
I was so confident Ice Palace was a crystal.
Me too.
I had early big key, both small keys. I'm like, all right, cool, Ice Palace is a crystal. And I really wanted to find it too because of those things. And then it ended up not being a crystal.
Well, and you ended up with the big key to Ice Palace super early. And in CrossKeys, how often is the Ice Palace big chest like super money? You know what I mean? It's usually something important.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ice big chest, Swamp big chest, those are, sure, you're going to do the dungeons when you find them and you can complete them, but like having those big keys before going into the dungeon puts a lot of your mind at ease. Like, okay, these are locations I'm not skipping. And so having that big key, and I think I found a small key almost immediately afterwards, I was like, okay, just show me Ice Palace and let's just get this one out of the way. But it just held off for so long.
Never showed up.
Dataplet finishing in 11th place. Okay, with scroll, please stop. I can't scroll back.
2:19.26, and then right behind him, we had a tie for 12th. With Incoherent and Jacob were both getting a time of 2:19.42.
Oh, nice.
And then Jamie Shuri at 2:20.11. And Late Bit in 15th at 2:20.22. Quite a few snipes there.
That's super close. Just tells you the caliber of the people racing in this tournament. Like, they are all going to be super exciting. They're all going to have excellent execution, great gameplays, tricks, and swag to show off. Definitely going to be a tournament worth watching.
I think this year's CrossKeys is going to be so much more competitive and so much more dangerous than last year's.
This race in general was super stacked, and there was a lot of people that didn't do the race yesterday, which also had a lot of people.
Yeah, and I'm going back thinking last year, like a lot of people, myself included, were kind of just getting into CrossKeys kind of when the tournament started. So add another year of experience under our belt, and I think this tournament is going to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and with one of the main ladder formats also being CrossKeys, there's a lot more people practicing more often as well.
Yep. So I'm really excited to be taking part of this. And thanks to ZSR and you guys for letting me be restreamed. This is awesome.
It's fun. It was fun watching. It was a pretty good race between the two of you. Like, it was very different routing to be fairly close to the same spot. Like, you guys both ended up getting the Castle Tower small key at the same time, randomly enough. Nice. I know that was, way late for both of you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that is go mode for Ptrain.
I think right about when you got the mirror, I think we were basically in no mode, minus the Meyer big key and the Thieves Town big key. Jeez. And then I think Ptrain found the Meyer big key right after that, basically, in Left Side Swamp. Whew. So we were in no mode for almost no mode outside of... I actually made the prediction round then of Ice Palace being in the pyramid. That's the bomb thing. That's actually fully in logic right now. I wonder if it's just Ice Palace. We didn't even know if Ice Palace was a crystal at that point.
But it made a lot of sense.
Go Ice Palace in the pyramid. Yeah, it did. Looks like we had a couple more finishers. Alice Zune finishing in 16th with 2:21.57, and Solski in 17th with 2:22.02. Meanwhile, Ptrain is officially in go mode, got his Thieves Town big key out of Ice Palace, and just needs to finish Thieves Town. So it looks like at this point, Ptrain will probably be finishing around the middle of the pack. but I'm sure he will be very frustrated about that mirror last location. One Up finished in 18th place with a time of 2:23.27. Trying to remember if I had anything else I wanted to ask Wallkicks.
It's all good. Again, just thanks for letting me be on Restream. I'm probably gonna watch this back. You guys are awesome commentators and very thorough and very knowledgeable. So I'm gonna enjoy watching this back.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy the scenarios that we thought up.
I did make note of the mushroom turn-in, and I appreciate you for that.
I
even said if he watches this back, he's gonna know.
I did, and I made sure to turn that in like pretty early. So I'm glad you appreciated that.
You did. I'm so proud of you. Definitely GG's. Great job. And we will be seeing a lot more of you here in the tournament. So thanks again for coming in and chatting with us and allowing me to put you on Restream. I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and head out and have some dinner. So you guys have a good rest of your day, and thanks again.
You as well.
Enjoy your dinner and have a great night. Okay, that goes blind for Ptrain. I was going to laugh if that was his 20th heart from that.
I did not even realize he had 19.
He had a lot of hearts. We never even found that Bombos medallion. So whatever's in Meyer is a mystery to everybody. It's probably topping Ganon's tower at this point. Okay, so now a quick Ganon fight for Ptrain. Should be like clockwork with 19 hearts and butter sword and silvers.
Heart dream. Dang. Oh, Chloe Prowler finished. Prower, I can never do it. Finishing in 19th place was my tongue just stopped working. In 19th place with a time of 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 38 seconds.
Yep, yeah, about middle of the pack for Ptrain here.
That's incredible considering what all extra he did. I mean, he killed Aga. He, went and got his book, went out of his way to do that. Amazing Ambrose is our 20th place finisher with 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 11 seconds. GG's to all of our runners. But yeah, considering everything that Ptrain did, with that last location of the mirror, that is really the only thing that stopped him from being first place in this race. Like, his execution was on point. He was hovering, ice breaking, doing diver down. Like, he nailed every trick that he did. So Ptrain is definitely going to be one to watch in this tournament, I think. And same with Wallkicks. But I mean, it was just an unfortunate item location, just one thing. And that can easily happen in CrossKeys. But I think that goes to show you that he's one to watch in this tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. Both these runners will be, I expect, to make it in decently high seeds even despite this one from Ptrain.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that diver down was a little rough though. That's fair.
One diver down, but like hovering was great and everything else. Why don't you jump in the commentary booth and have a chat with us?
The bot caught up, and so Ptrain actually ended up in 23rd. Got fanfared by both Ninbon and Frostbite, who finished at 2:28.16 and 2:28.17 respectively. So cheese to Ptrain as well, and we have him in here for an interview. Congratulations on making it through that seed.
Thank you very much.
You did some impressive swag there, my friend. Don't talk about that one diver down. Man, you were on top of all your tricks today.
It's so upsetting because the beginning of this seed, I would say up until I killed Helmasaur, this seed just felt so good. Like everything, all the connectors just connected to each other. Like I think I went like almost like 45 minutes without even a save and quit just because the connectors were so nice. And the routing was just so organic. I got 20-minute boots. Everything just felt so good. And then I killed Helmasaur and I got a pendant. And I was like, I have the map to Pod. Also, there are tons of items in the back. I'm not even close to go mode. There was no reason to spend that key to go kill Helmasaur. So right there, I kind of felt a little weird. And then waffled around until I finally got back to Pod for the hook shot. I got into GT, and what I should have done, Desert was fine. I found back a Desert, cleared back a Desert. That was good. But then I saw GT, and up until that point, I was really, really looking for two things. Number one, I was looking for GT. So I'm like, man, if I find GT, I can get a ton of stuff out of GT. Number two, Death Mountain was very elusive in the seed. For all the connectors I found, nothing led to Death Mountain until I finally dug the lamp out of the first chest in the swamp. So I found Death Mountain. I was like, oh, sweet. And then I found GT, and I just got tunnel vision. The correct play would have been to walk out of GT, check that last entrance, and then go back into GT, and then clear it. Because what ended up happening was I got into the right side of GT to pick up that small key, and I had a full health bar, and I'm like, no, I'm not about to death warp like 16 hearts in a hole. So yeah, let's save and quit. And I completely forgot the Hype Cave entrance existed.
Yeah, we noticed that because I know it wasn't marked off on your tracker, but you were kind of going around checking places. I'm like, why does he just really want the mirror before going back there? And then at some point I realized, no, I think he just forgot that entrance existed.
Completely forgot. And it's so bad too, because if I get that mirror, like, I don't want to say like I would have beat Lin Lin, but I feel like I'm at least top 5, if not top 3, if not winning it all, just because my route up until that point was just so good. I mean, I'll say I got to the hook shot a little late, so that might have put me up in place behind. But man, up until that point, I really felt like I was killing it.
If you got that, you would have finished probably right around where Wallkicks did. Like, you guys were fairly even, just in opposite ends. Like, you had basically all found everything you needed for go mode, minus that Thieves Down big key. Just all different items from each other. Like, you had like 6 different items from each other. It was really weird, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if I get that mirror before GT, number one, my GT route's way more efficient. I probably never find the second Castle Tower key. It's possible I never go back into Hera, which means I never get the Swamp Big Key. I don't go way out of my way for Crystal Roller. I don't, quadruple dip pod, whatever it was. Man, there were so many things that finding that mirror... I might have done more with the mirror, because I really tried to pick and choose what... I mean, it was very hard to route after finding the mirror, because there were so many one-offs to go to, but... So it's possible maybe I did more if I found the mirror early, but man... It's
kind of what happened to Wallkicks too, yeah, because he ended up pretty much last locationing the flippers, I believe it was. Because he didn't go to Catfish for a long... Like, that was where the main difference was between you guys, because you went to Catfish way earlier and got that Desert Small Key, which led to flippers. And then also got, like, the ice route off of that, and... It's just a whole bunch of little things. Meyer big key, like you had. There's a lot of small things like that split you guys up a lot. But he had already gotten the hook shot out of Pod by that point, so he was able to do a lot of that stuff. Both of you pretty much were very close to last locationing the mountain. He technically sequence broke it, but you found the lamp like right afterwards. So we're like, okay, well that's not technically out of logic.
Yeah, this seed, like, up until the first hour, it felt amazing. And then after that first hour, I just felt it slipping away. I mean, really, killing Helmasaur, that was like the turning point in the seed. after that, I just didn't feel good about any decision I made after it. And I'm trying to mentally take stock of all the one-offs because I knew I had the chest and crystal roller, and there was no convenient way to get back to that. Dark Cross, no convenient way to get back to that. Pod stuff, Tower Hair stuff. I had so many one-off checks spread around the world, and then on top of that, I completely forgot that the Hype Cave existed. As a matter of fact, after I got the book and checked the desert entrance, I was like, I must have seen Ice Palace and not marked it. Like, I was halfway convinced that's what had happened.
Oof, yeah, I get that sometimes. Like, I think the race, was it the race yesterday, or maybe the practice one the day before that? Like, it was the one before that. It was the first qualifier. Whatever. Anyway, I was like spent like the entire like last half hour of the seed not sure if I had found the back of desert or not yet. I'm like, did I find the back of desert and I forget to mark it? I feel like I might have, but I don't remember seeing it. It's just one of those things that's just like the most terrifying thing when you're doing a cross keys, if you forgot to write down something.
Luckily, they drop your worst score, so I am really hoping that this is my worst score. I hope I don't end up in a place where I think I'm making good decisions and get a worse time than this. I mean, this is like a worst case scenario for me, so I'm glad that one of these are being dropped. So that's
yeah. I think if this is your worst one, you probably have a pretty good chance of making at least in the tournament. But yeah, as we were talking with Wallkicks, there's a lot of people that are pretty good at CrossKeys nowadays that are doing these qualifiers so far. Like, it's going to be a pretty fun tournament, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that like I really enjoy. Well, I say I enjoy, like, because I enjoy being one of the better players. But, I'm not saying I am, but, I enjoy that time. Like, hey, look, here's a big race, and I won it. That kind of thing. But just in general, like with the ladder, with the fall tournament and all this stuff that's happened, there are a lot of people who are rising up. And it's, the old titans, if you will, like Christos and Andy, these people who, whatever they join, you just expect them to win. Just the general skill level of the community has risen up, and it's not as easy to look at an individual and say, oh yeah, this person joined the tournament, so obviously they're going to win. And honestly, that's one of the cooler things about this community. I think it's great for the growth of the community. And also it's awesome. It's great that you can end up, you can watch a restream, and no matter who's racing, it's still up in the air, who's going to take that victory. So, I mean, honestly, it makes for a better restream, it makes for a better tournament environment, because everyone loves a really good upset,
No, I agree. It's all wonderful points.
Yeah, in any case, thank you very much for the commentary, Jeans and Freddy. Thank you. I believe it was Star who was doing the tracking. Really appreciate the restream. I appreciate the restream. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm looking forward to continuing on in the rest of the tournament. GG to Wallkicks. Absolutely fantastic. And fantastic place. Top 10, man. That's awesome. But yeah, looking forward to the rest of the tournament. Thank you all for the restream.
Very, very welcome. Thank you for agreeing to let me restream you. This was a fantastic race. So again, this was just game 2 of our qualifiers. There is so much more to come. So be sure you show some love to our runners, my co-commentator, our trackers, everyone who put in their time and effort to bring this restream to you. It's a fantastic tournament and such phenomenal runners. You're going to see amazing times, like under 2 hours in our cross keys. Like, these times are ridiculous given what original cross key times were. Sub 3 was very, very rare. And just seeing everybody implement all of the new strategies and things into the cross keys just makes it so much more interesting and so much more fun. So if you feel like you want to commentate or track, please sign up. Great people, fantastic mods, everything. So be sure to reach out to one of us. You can PM me. I'm more than happy to direct you to where you need to be. With that, I'm going to take us over to ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, which is currently having I believe, the Z2 Rando Weekly. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and be sure to take care of each other and enjoy some more Zelda. Have a great one.
Have a good night, everybody, and thank you again, Jinxie, for letting me come with you.
Oh my god, I didn't break anything. Wow,
Man,
I
it's been
haven't
hot.
restreamed in so long. I tell you what, the entire time I was sweating bullets. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, something's gonna go wrong. Something's gonna break. And I'm like, watch it. And then my internet goes down like 5 minutes before the race starts. I'm like,